Good evening, Southeast Texas. Hope you're doing well. We are issuing a weather impact alert for dense fog possibilities coming up overnight and tomorrow morning. It could lead to some hazardous driving. Right now, starting to get a little bit of fog as evident on Skycam over in Port Arthur. This view courtesy of Market Basket, part of the roofing 911 Skycam network. Again, we have a weather impact alert overnight because of that fog. Otherwise, a few sprinkles are possible as a cold front pushes on in to southeast Texas. It's not a terribly strong front, but it'll knock low temperatures down into the 50s, but afternoon highs will recover quite significantly into the lower 80s to maybe the upper 70s in spots. And as we see that go by, then towards the middle and latter part of next week, we'll likely see a lot higher humidity move into the area due to a southwest flow. Yep, a little bit of fog up towards Jasper. Visibility starting to come down, and it may be a little after midnight that this really starts kicking in. So between 11 and 8 a.m. is when we think the worst of it will occur, though it may be a little bit later. So again, weather impact alert from tonight from 11 p.m. until 8 a.m. Friday for the potential for dense fog that will lead to some hazardous travel across southeast Texas tomorrow. Those visibilities could be less than a quarter of a mile. That's how far you can see through the fog. So the lower this number is, the denser the fog. So here's some tips. Leave early, reduce your speed, use those low beam headlights, increase the distance between you and the next car, and pay attention to rapidly changing visibilities. So high-res modeling showing a good amount of dense fog across southeast Texas. Now, we may see this just temporarily up in the lakes because there's going to be watching a front move on southward. So the winds will turn to the north and increase, maybe a little drier air filtering on in at 7 a.m. So it may not be terrible up in the lakes area. This is kind of be temporary. And that may not be the case in the triangle, as that drier air may lag trying to move into the triangle tomorrow morning, unfortunately, leading to some hazardous driving conditions. As far as your allergy report, high levels of tree pollen registered today, mainly oak and cedar across southeast Texas, with low levels of mold showing up. As far as the drought, it is intensified over towards western Hardin County, now an extreme level 4 drought. So that has the big change. Pretty much most of southeast Texas under a level 3, just a portion over towards, Orange and Jefferson County that are under a level 2 moderate drought. But again, most of the areas under a severe to now an extreme drought, especially over Hardin County. So we fully expect, with the lack of any significant rainfall over the next 7 days, that additional counties, including Jefferson and Orange counties, or Jefferson and Tyler County, under a burn ban. We expect more of these counties to be put under burn bans. Most of southwest Louisiana is under a burn ban right now. Tomorrow, not much of an issue as far as fire danger. And unfortunately, I wish I had better news as far as the drought. We just don't expect much rain. We may get a sprinkle tonight and maybe a few showers coming up on Thursday, but it's going to be grossly below what we should pick up over the next 7 days. Normally, we should pick up almost 3/4 of an inch of rainfall, and I don't see any more than maybe 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. Look at this. This is high-res modeling, and it doesn't show much with the front tonight. And as you can see, as we head on into the rest of the 7 days, that takes us out to next Thursday, through next Thursday, March 5th. I don't see much, and it's just because the storm track is well off to the north and west. We don't have any systems headed our way. Otherwise, above normal temperatures are going to be present as far as the high temperatures over the next 7 days, to the tune of 8 to 10 degrees and even 12 degrees tomorrow. There's potential for a few sprinkles, as I said. This front is kind of waiting on some more upper level support coming down from the northwest. So it'll get a kick in the pants after midnight, starting to move on into the lakes area. But boy, the humidity is up there, and that further leads us to believe that we're going to see dense fog because of all that moisture pulling up ahead of that front. Temperatures in the 50s in the Panhandle, very mild ahead of it. And again, this front is expected to begin moving as we head towards early morning hours. As you can see, maybe as cool as the upper 50s in the lakes to the low to mid 60s in the triangle. Then for tomorrow, we'll see that low cloudiness and fog burn off, and tomorrow afternoon, high temperatures will likely get into the upper 70s to lower 80s, but notice the fog doesn't go far south out in the Gulf. We'll likely see a repeat of this coming up Saturday morning and then possibly even to Sunday morning. On the Gulf, looking at slightly choppy seas around 2 to 3 feet in your coastal marine forecast. Northwest winds will turn east at 5 to 10 knots in the afternoon. The water temperature at 67. So dense fog maybe temporarily up in the lakes area, and it may be okay as far as the morning commute there, but not the case inland southeast Texas and the Triangle. We think that maybe a few spots in the mid-50s in the lakes and into the upper 50s here over towards, say, Woodville, also Spurger, and also Kirbyville, closer to the lower and middle 60s here in the Triangle as winds go to the north and shift. Tomorrow, it looks like morning fog, afternoon sun, lots of sun tomorrow afternoon, and that's going to help warm us up because the slightly cooler air does not arrive until over the weekend. So with the drier air, it's kind of like bringing in West Texas air. It is able to heat up very well and cool off very well. When you get moisture in the air, your temperatures don't go as cold and your highs don't go as warm. So upper 70s to lower 80s, a pretty good bet tomorrow with a light northeasterly wind. Taking a look at your weather impact 7-day forecast. Again, Friday morning, we expect that weather impact alert for Friday morning across southeast Texas. It's between 11 p.m. tonight and 8 a.m. tomorrow morning for hazardous travel, and also be cautious on your way to work and school. Afternoon sun is expected tomorrow afternoon. We could heat up in a few spots around 82 to 83 degrees in some of the warmer spots. Then some of the slightly cooler air moves on in. That'll allow us to get back into the 50s coming up Saturday and Sunday morning. Both Saturday morning and Sunday morning will likely have dense fog in spots across southeast Texas with highs close to 80 as we see a lot of sun both Saturday and Sunday. Looks like a good weekend. Monday will be the transition day to, say, more in the way of humidity.